Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about Those Who Leave and Those Who Stay, which is book three of the Neapolitan novels by Elena Ferrante. And yeah, this was really good. Like after the second one, which was amazing, I thought like to myself, where could I take the story from here? And this one like surprised me at some point. Like I was so engrossed with the storyline and all the different characters they had, and I don't know, took things in an unexpected direction. Some stuff I didn't see coming. So, Leela's finally away from Stefano in that horrible marriage, and she's now living with Enzo, and she works at this like meat factory run by this weird guy named Bruno, and it's not really going that well for her because she's like constantly getting sexually harassed, and I guess everybody was because it was the 70s, I guess, and that was just the norm. But her and Enzo are kind of studying like computer systems to try to get away from this, and they're trying to like have a better life, which they do by the end of the novel, which is good for them because I think Enzo is like the only male character who isn't like a complete scumbag, besides maybe like Elena's dad, because every other dude in this book is a scumbag. I guess Elena's husband Pietro is not really like a scumbag. He's just a little self-centered, but not necessarily a scumbag. Nino is definitely a scumbag. But yeah, basically Elena marries Pietro, um, and her mom is like such a bitch about it for some reason. She's like, "You think you're better than us?" Elena's mom has like some sort of narcissistic personality disorder or something. She has something wrong with her, something psychologically wrong with her. But I don't like the thing is the story is told from Elena's perspective, so how much of the stuff is actually real? You can't get that like little unreliable narrator thing because he's a little biased because he kind of hates her mother, which granted her mother is definitely a bitch, but you know. She marries Pietro, and the relationship is like stable but lacking any sort of like spark or excitement. And Elena has two kids, and as soon as she has the kids, Pietro's like, well, you know, fuck your career goals, I guess. You gotta be a stay-at-home mom. And it's like, wow, that's like the reason Elena married you is because she thought you weren't gonna make her be a stay-at-home mom, but whatever, you know. So she kind of gets tired of him and like slowly detaches from him throughout the novel. Elena's family isn't doing that well either. Her sister is engaged to be married to Marcello Solara, and her brothers are like working for him, which probably means they're like drug dealers or tough guys or something. So it kind of shows that like no matter who you are, the neighborhood would kind of corrupt you, which is why Elena just kind of tries to get away from it. Same with Leela, that specific neighborhood in Naples. Yeah, I feel kind of feel bad for Elena because her family is so like dismissive of her feelings about pretty much everything. Like they think the Slavs are great, but like they're not. They're just so like money centric. That they don't care about people's feelings or like the moral of it. You know, which kind of reminds me of like The Sopranos. How they just kind of like they'll focus on greed and power, kind of corrupts them from being good people. So yeah, speaking of like how much I hate Nino from Olio, so he comes back into the picture, and every time he comes in, I'm like, God, why does this guy keep coming into the picture? He drives me crazy. Um, first he played with Mego Leela, now he's playing with Mego Elena. Like, geez, man, he's such a piece of shit. He's so like manipulative, and all these women just fall into his trap, even the small ones like Leela and Elena. He's able to like manipulate them with his like real pseudo-intellectualism. He he's like one of those like if he lived today, he'd be like one of those annoying political Twitch streamers, just that everybody all falls in love with. So, yeah, Elena falls into its trap, and she's like, "Hey, husband, I'm gonna leave you, and I'm going away, and I'm gonna marry Nino." But then Nino like backtracks on him, and he's like, "Wait, hold on, I'm not gonna leave my wife." And so Elena's like kind of trapped. So she gets on the plane, and Nino's with her. So I guess he does get with her, but I don't think that relationship's gonna last long, given his track record of how he treats women. Probably not gonna work out that well. This kind of changed how I feel about Elena, but like it kind of shows that the seeds have been building for quite some time. Elena's very she's kind to people, but she's also very self-centered, like the rest of her family. But she doesn't like to admit that to herself. Kind of like how Nino is a piece of shit, kind of like his dad, but he doesn't like to admit that to himself. I've seen that like a common theme with several of the characters in this series, how they like to act like they're like nothing like their parents, but they're exactly like their parents. But yeah, I don't know, common theme I've seen here. Yeah, Elena keeps this like one-sided competition with Leela going for years, about how if Leela could do it, she could do it. If Leela could be smart, she could be smart. If Leela could get with Nino, she could get with Nino. Which makes me wonder, like, does she really love Nino? Or is he just infatuated him because A, he's a childhood crush, and B, he was with Leela. And, the way she's thinking, like, well, if he's good enough for Leela, he's good enough for me. Because they, like, ever since they were young, she kind of had this, like, competition with her. Mostly one-sided, because I feel like Leela doesn't really, the way Leela sees it, she doesn't really view it as a competition. She wants Elena to be successful because she never really had that opportunity to. So many layers to this, which is why each of these books are like, how long are these books? Like 400 pages? Yeah. It's so, like, interesting. I don't know. You just get so engrossed with it. I cannot wait to see what happens in book 4. Before I read that, though, I'm probably gonna watch season 3 of the TV show, because that's kind of what I've been doing. Like, I read a book, watch a season, read a book, watch a season. So yeah, probably be a while before I read book 4, because I also read like all those other books. But whenever I do get around to it, hopefully it meets the expectations of the first 3 books, because this has been a really solid series. I'm so glad I picked these up, and I wish more people have heard of these, because I don't really know anybody who has heard of the TV show or the books. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Just a very complex portrayal of what it was like being a woman in 20th century Italy. Something I never really thought about, but it's nice to know about it, I guess. But I think that, I don't know, it shows that like it has a like a wide demographic, because I'm a dude in his 20s who absolutely love these books. So I think good fiction transcends that. Let me know what you guys thought of this book down in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.